We'll begin with revising cash flow statement. Before we start with cash flow statement, a small recap. We take cash from operation minus tax paid. Cash from operation minus what? Tax paid. We get net CFO. Okay. Investment activity represents purchase of non-current assets and which one? Sale of non-current assets. Income from non-trade investments we consider. That is for which one? Investment activity. Cash from financing activity. It is related with long-term funds, that is borrowed and repaid in the mother. Long-term funds, that is raised or repaid, which may be issue of shares, debentures or bonds, redemption of shares, debentures or bonds, interest and dividend paid, we take it. Then there are two methods of calculating cash from operating activity. Take receipts minus what? Payments. You will get which one? CFO before extraordinary item. Adjust for extraordinary item, then adjust for tax paid. You will get which one? CFO after tax. What is indirect method? We do a reverse working. What do you mean by reverse working? We take net profit, that is retained earnings. Then we add back all the appropriations done, like transfer to reserves, amount set aside for dividend, all those things. We add back all the non-operating non-cash items. Any non-cash expenses, non-operating income credited to P&L account, we eliminate. Adjust for working capital changes like decrease in current asset, increase in current liability, cash comes in. Increase in current asset, decrease in current liability, cash goes out. Then we adjust for tax, we get what? CFO after tax. In this, cash and cash equivalents should not be taken in working capital changes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cash and bank balances should not be considered in working capital changes. Why? Why it should not be considered? Because cash and bank balance change is because of operating activity or investment activity or financing activity, everything. That is why we take it for the final reconciliation. Like we see the cash and cash equivalents at the beginning and the end after computing all the three activities. Then provision for tax and proposed dividend also will not be considered in working capital changes. Tax payment will be taken in operating activity. Dividend payment will be taken in which activity? Financing activity. If nothing is given in the exam question, what will you do? Opening balances, you will take it as what? Paid, and closing balances, you will take it as what? Current year appropriations. Then based on that, we have done in the regular class some questions. Then sometimes you can find non-cash activities. What do you mean by non-cash activities? Shares issued for purchase of asset. Where it will come? Share issued for purchase of asset. It's a non-cash item. It will not come in what? Cash flow statement. Debentures converted into shares. It will not come in cash flow statement. If shares are issued for purchase of stock, we will adjust with stock to find out what? Cash from operating activity. We have done one question based on that. We would have issued shares for purchasing inventory. At the closing stock, adjust panni, we will work out the working capital changes. For example, in this question, opening stock 100 இருக்கும், closing stock 74 கொடுத்திருப்பான். அதில் 20,000க்கு share issue பண்ணி purchase பண்ணிருப்போம். Remaining 54,000 cash purchases பண்ணிருப்போம். So for considering working capital changes, reduction in stock, we will adjust for the inventory purchased using which one? Issue of shares we would have done. Clear? Then these are certain special points that you have got to note. Next, we will proceed to the model test papers and the past exam question answers. Look at this. This is a supplement to whatever we have done in the regular class. From the following particulars, calculate cash from which activity? It's a May 2024 practice test paper question. Retained earnings they have given. What and all they have given? Depreciation, loss on sale of asset, provision for tax, interim dividend paid during the year. Dividend paid during the year is given. Premium on redemption of preference share is given to us. Profit on sale of investment, refund of tax is given to us. Then we are given trade receivable. This will be adjusted in what? Working capital changes. Trade payable also will be adjusted in what? Working capital changes. Provision for tax, we will prepare a ledger account and check. Prepaid expenses will be adjusted in working capital changes. Outstanding expense also will be adjusted in which one? Working capital changes. They ask you to work out only which one? Cash from which activity? Operating activity. Try பண்ணுங்க. Because in direct method work பண்ண possible கிடையாது இந்த questionல. We are not given data about cash sales, credit sales, cash collection, cash payment and all. So we have to go with which one? Indirect method only. Try to work out this. Add back appropriation of profit, non-cash items, non-operating items, and of course you have to eliminate all the non-cash incomes, non-operating incomes, etc. and all. Add decrease in current asset and what? Increase in current liability. Then reduce because both causes outflow of cash. Minus tax paid will be taken as CFO. Try பண்ணுங்க. What is the retained earnings given in the question? 17,000. What are the things you have to add back? Everything. Depreciation எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? Then 3,000. Then provision for tax. $7,000. Then how much? Then how much? 8,000. Then for preference shares. How much? Then less profit on sale of investment. How much? 10,000. 10,000. Then refund of tax we'll adjust with net tax paid. Anything that comes in the first category? Decrease in current assets. How much? Then increase in less increase in current asset. How much? 2,000. Then outstanding. Decrease in outstanding expenses. 400. See, you have to see provision for tax. Provision for tax account prepare panna. By balance brought down எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? Much is given? 4,000. To balance carry down 7,000 இருக்கு. P&L account, how much of provision is created? 7,000 created. Na? Tax paid should be 4,000. But we've got a refund. Out of 4,000, how much got refunded? 1,000. Now what is the net tax paid? This is your net cash from operating activity. How much we get? 43,000. Okay, 8,000. Any mistake I have made? Any mistake I have made? In prepaid expense, then everything else is correct. Check. In a refund of tax, they have taken what? 1,000. Refund of tax, they have taken what? 1,000. Which means it was credited to P&L account. They would have given us credited to which account? P&L account கொடுத்திருந்தா அதை less பண்ணிருக்கலாம். I hope some typing error in the question. Refund of tax credited to which account? P&L account da. Refund of tax credited to P&L account 1,000. It's a non-cash expense. Eliminate பண்ணு. எப்படி 46,602 வந்துச்சு? Okay. This one, refund of tax, actually it was credited to which account? P&L. It's a non-operating income. Credited to P&L account, let us eliminate. Try the next question. Which question? May 2024 question paper. Try to work out. Here also they ask you to find out cash from which activity? Operating activity. They have given new debentures have been issued at the end of the year. New investments had been acquired at the end of the year. கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Try பண்ணுங்க. Beginning of the year assumption. Always redemption takes place at the end of the year. Redeem பண்ணும்போது end of the year redeem பண்ணுவோம். But issue பண்ணும்போது at the beginning of the year issue பண்ணுவோம். Because planning budgeting is done at the beginning of the year. அப்ப பண்ணிட்டு loan வாங்கினாலும் சரி, share issue பண்ணாலும் சரி, normally it happens at the beginning of the year. Repayments எப்ப பண்ணுவீங்க? At the end of the year you will see the real surplus funds and repay. So if nothing is given in the question, if nothing is specified in the question now, issue happens at what? And redemption happens at the end. Suppose if there is any data given in the question, accordingly you proceed. I hope some data is given in the next question, you can proceed accordingly. Which question you are trying now? May 24 question paper, try to work. You're going to try the full question, we'll see. What is the P&L account? Opening balance was a debit balance, closing balance is a normal balance mark. So, what is the net profit after appropriation? Debit, how much was there? 5,400 it has become credit 37,800 now. What is the net profit earned for the year? 43,200. Net profit earned for the year. Adjust for working capital changes. Minus tax paid will give us CFO after tax. Provision for tax account வேணா prepare பண்ணிங்க. What is the opening balance? 2,21,400. By income tax paid கொடுத்திருக்கானா provided? Provided. P&L account. What is income tax provided? 1,62,000. Two balance carried down is given in the question. How much is given in the question? 1,35,000. Balancing for is tax paid. What is the tax paid? 27,000. Two lakh 21,400 plus 1,62,000 minus 1,35,000. How much has been paid? 2,48,400. Tax paid will come here. 248,400. Add provision for tax. What is the provision for tax in the current year? 1,62,000. Then general reserve has increased means we have transferred. How much? 27,000. Then debentures, there is a fresh issue of debenture, but it is given in the question. New debentures has been issued at the end of the year, but we have to provide interest for what? Opening balance. Eவ்வளவு? 1,18,800 into 14,256. Trade payable will be adjusted in working capital changes. 8% current investments are given. 8% current investments are given. New investments has been acquired at the end of the year கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Income you have to consider. Complete பண்ணுங்க, try பண்ணுங்க. We'll do that. First you complete அப்புறமா நான் பண்ணுறேன். Investmentல எவ்வளவு income work out பண்ணுவீங்க? 54,000 into எவ்வளவு percentage? 8%. So less income from investments. 54,000 or 58,000 into 8%. Eliminate. Then Plant, property, equipment, gross value is given to us. Gross value means cost of the asset, which means depreciation would have been charged in which account? Accumulated depreciation account. So add depreciation. No asset is sold, etc. 1,62,000 minus 129,600. Then trade receivable gross balance கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Provision for doubtful debts. Provision for doubtful debts எவ்வளவு சார்ஜ் பண்ணிருப்போம் P&L அக்கவுண்ட்ல? How much would have been charged in P&L account? 27 to 54 எவ்வளவு சார்ஜ் பண்ணிருப்பீங்க? 27,000 you would have charged. அப்படியும் போடலாம். அப்படி இல்லைன்னா இதுல working capital adjustmentலையும் பண்ணிக்கலாம். But since we are given opening and closing balance of provision for doubtful debts, current year provision created is a non-cash item. It's a non-cash item we can add back. இன்னொரு மெத்தட் நெட் பண்ணிட்டு அதில் adjust பண்ணிக்கலாம். Working capital changes adjust பண்ணிக்கலாம். Provision for bad debts created in the current year. It's a non-cash item we add back. Inventories will be adjusted in working capital changes. Inventories will be adjusted in working capital changes. So do the working capital changes, get the CFO after tax. This is which question paper? May 2024 question paper. Next, which question paper next? September 2024 question paper. This also, what do they ask you? Prepare which one? Cash flow statement, full cash flow statement கேட்டிருக்காங்க. Try பண்ணுங்க. You can take 20 minutes of time. Solve. நீங்க தான் கம்ப்ளீட்டா சால்வ் பண்ண போறீங்க. Consider this also. Consider this also. Dividend 15 lakhs, including dividend distribution to tax of 2.7 lakhs has been paid. Debenture interest 3 lakhs was paid. 8 lakhs received as which one? Property held as which one? Investment. It will come in which activity? Investment activity. 0.5 lakhs interest was earned as an advance payment to supplier of which one? Goods are given. Okay. Then cash and cash equivalents at the beginning of the year கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Cash and cash equivalents at the beginning of the year கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. What is the total sales? 380 lakhs. அதுல cash sales எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? 262 lakhs கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Receipt from customers total எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்கோம்? 134 lakhs கொடுத்திருக்கோம். Total purchases 220 lakhs. Out of that 80% are what? Credit purchases. Opening balance and creditors கொடுத்திருக்கான். Closing balance and creditors கொடுத்திருக்கான். Suppliers of other consumables and services are paid 19 lakhs. Employees of the enterprise was paid how much? 20 lakhs in cash. 32 lakhs were redeemed கொடுத்திருக்கான். That will come in which activity? Financing activity. Issue of equity shares, financing activity. Debentures, financing activity. 26 lakhs paid in income tax, operating activity. New machinery costing 20 lakhs was purchased and exchange of old machinery. Book value of exchange was how much? 13 lakhs. Vendor agreed to take over the old machinery at a higher value of how much? 15 lakhs. Balance due was paid in cash. This you have to work out and find how much is paid in which activity? Investment activity lower. Then dividend 15 lakhs paid in activity. Dividend 15 lakhs paid in activity lower. Financing activity. Debenture interest paid. Financing activity. Then rent receipt will come in investment activity. Interest earned also will come. Try for me. Operating activity, any answer? Employees of the enterprises. Employees cost is a operating activity then. Consider these additional points. Consider these additional points also. Which activity? We'll see. Dividend paid will come in which activity? Okay. Debenture interest 3 lakhs paid in which activity? Financing activity. 8 lakhs rent receipt will come in which activity? The 0.5 lakhs interest was earned on advance payment to supplier of goods. Think pardon. 0.5 lakhs was interest earned on advance payment. Financing activity chance illa. Financing activity na it should be like a payment done to the finance providers adar mudiyum. Interest is earned. Investment கிடையாது அது. You're not invested. அது எப்படி எக்ஸ்ட்ரானரி ஐட்டம் ஆகுது? ஏன் கேஷ் நாட் இன்வால்வ்னு சொல்றீங்க இதுல? வெரி குட். இது வந்து இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் அக்ரூட் தான். Interest accrued தான். Interest received இல்ல. So it will not be reflected in which one? Cash flow statement. It will not be reflected in cash flow statement. மத்தெல்லாம் clear கொடுத்திருப்பான். Received, paid, okay, dividend paid கொடுத்திருப்பான். This is earned but not received. It will not come in which activity? Any activity. Suppose receive பண்ணியிருந்தானா எந்த ஆக்டிவிட்டியில வந்திருக்கும்? Operating activity. Receive earned தான் பண்ணியிருக்கா, receive பண்ணல. Shall we? First, we lower code cash from which activity? Direct method. Number 1. What is the cash sales? 262 lakhs. From B. Receipt from customers. இங்க கொடுத்திருக்காங்க receipt from customers. Second pointல பாருங்க எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்கோம்? Receipt from customers are directly given. How much? 134 lakhs. Receipt from customers are directly given 134 lakhs. From less paid to creditors. What is paid to Caritas? Okay, Caritas account போட்டு பார்க்கலாம். What is the opening balance? Balance brought down is 84 lakhs. அப்புறம் இல்ல purchases எவ்வளவு? Credit purchases 220 lakhs into 80%. எவ்வளவு amount? 176 lakhs. Then to balance carry down 92 lakhs. As a balancing for, you will get what? Cash or bank. What is the amount paid? 168 lakhs. 168 lakhs paid to the Caritas. அப்புறம் less cash purchases. What would have been the cash purchases? Cash purchases 220 lakhs into எவ்வளோ percentage? 20%. எவ்வளோ வருங்க? 40. Then paid to suppliers of consumables. எவ்வளோ பே பண்ணிருக்கோம்? 19 lakhs. அப்புறம் payment to employees. Payment to employees எவ்வளோ? 20 lakhs pay பண்ணிருக்கோம். Then this will give us CFO before tax. 140. Less tax எவ்வளோ பே பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? tax paid எவ்வளோ? 26. So CFO after tax. What is CFO after tax? Then try to work out which activity next. Investment activity work out. What is the cost of old machinery? 20 lakhs. Cost. Okay. Book value of the old machine? 13 lakhs. 13 lakhs. What is the agreed value of the old machinery? 15 lakhs. That's important. What is the cash paid for the new machinery? FD. $20 lakhs minus 15 lakhs. Evola pay pannu? 5 lakhs. So 5 lakhs minus 5. அப்புறம் rent receipt எவ்வளோ 8 lakhs. Rent receipt 8 lakhs. வேற என்ன இருக்கு? வேற ஏதாவது இருக்குங்களா? So what is the net activity? 3 lakhs. Net inflow 3 lakhs. This is which activity? Investment activity. Next, financing activity. Cash from financing activity என்னென்னலாம் வரும்? Redemption of preference shares எவ்வளோ பண்ணியிருக்கோம் பாருங்க. 32 lakhs. அப்புறம் issue of equity shares 20 lakhs at a premium of எவ்வளோ percentage? 20% என்ன வரும்? 24 lakhs. So this is 32 lakhs. Huh? This is 24 lakhs plus 24 lakhs. Then what is the next one? Redemption of debentures. எவ்வளோ பண்ணியிருக்கோம்? 20 lakhs plus எவ்வளோ percentage? 10% minus 22 lakhs. ஏன் வராது? Okay. It will not come. Non-cash item. அப்புறம் what is the next one? Debenture interest எவ்வளோ பே பண்ணணும்? Income tax போட்டாச்சு. Debenture interest paid. Dividend paid எவ்வளோ? 15 lakhs. அப்புறம் debenture interest paid. What is the debenture interest paid? 3 lakhs. Then this was just earned, not received. Just earned, not received. This will give us cash from which activity? Financing activity.
Dividend distribution tax
that is included. This dividend distribution tax also is part of what? Financing cost only. The cost comes because you are paying the dividend. So this will give us net increase in cash and cash equivalents. With this, add opening balance of cash and cash equivalents. What is opening balance of cash and cash equivalents to? You will get which one? Closing balance of cash and cash equivalents. 98. So closing balance of cash and cash equivalent is the answer for us. Your probable area of mistake is in the interest earned padikama to do. You'll take it in which activity? Operating activity. And when you're doing under direct method, when you're doing under which method? Direct method, what we are not bothered? We are not bothered about which one? Non-cash, non-operating items and all. Received minus what? Paid. Received minus paid. That is what we consider. Ignore which one? Non-operating items, non-cash items, just ignore it. Regular class இந்த மாதிரி problem பண்ணிருக்கோமா? பண்ணிருக்கோம், but not with this interest earned concept. அது ICL always ஒரு ஏதாவது twist வைக்காம இருக்க மாட்டோம். Here we are not bothered about what is the profit or loss on sale of asset. We are not bothered about non-cash items, change in current assets, current liability and all. That's required only when you do under which method? Indirect method, direct method. Over. Shall we? So we'll take a quick break of about 10 minutes before we proceed with which one? Buyback. Okay. The May 2024 question paper MCQ model கேட்டிருந்தாங்க. Question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Question number 1 is applying number of shares outstanding test, how many shares can be bought back? Okay. அடுத்தது applying resource test, how many resources test, how many shares can be bought back? Then applying debt equity test, how many shares can be bought back? Then overall maximum how many shares can be bought back? அந்த மாதிரி 4 MCQs மாதிரி கேட்டிருந்தாங்க. ஜர்னல் என்ட்ரிலாம் கேட்கல இந்த கொஸ்டின். இந்த கொஸ்டின் என்ன கேட்டிருக்கானே தெரியாது, ரொம்ப சிம்பிள். MCQ மாடல்ல கேட்டது. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, first one is using which one? Number of shares outstanding into எவ்வளோ percentage purchase பண்ணலாம்? 25%. Share capital plus reserves and surplus into 25% pay பண்ணலாம். அது பே பண்ணி எவ்வளோ பர்ச்சேஸ் பண்ணலாங்கிறது. அடுத்து என்னது? Using debt equity test, how many shares can be bought back? Then by applying all the condition overall, how many shares can be bought back? Another the question. We'll have over 10 minutes of quick break and we'll continue. For buyback, what are the first 3 conditions you will check? Maximum number of shares. Maximum number of shares எவ்வளவு இருக்கலாம்? Maximum buyback with board resolution how much? 10% of shares outstanding. With a special resolution, you will go with what? 25% of shares on the market. In the exam question, directly apply 25% condition. Amount paid on buyback cannot exceed what? This is called as resources test. Cannot exceed 25% of paid up capital and reserves. After buyback, debt equity ratio cannot exceed what? 2:1. The 3 tests apply பண்ணணும். மற்ற எல்லாமே other conditions are theoretical conditions we know. Okay. Now come back to the question. Which question? This Kumar Limited question. Read the question. First paragraph is not required. Just a story. Equity share capital 30 lakh. 10 rupees each. அப்போ எவ்வளோ shares இருக்கு? 3 lakh shares of 10 each. 3 lakh shares of 10 each. Reserves, general reserve இருக்கு, securities premium இருக்கு, P&L account இருக்கு. Revaluation reserve can it be used? No. Revaluation reserve cannot be used for resources test. Loan funds, the company has how much? 42 lakhs னு கொடுத்திருக்கான். The company wants to buy the shares at 30 rupees. Okay. மற்ற எல்லாமே they are asking you to go with maximum number of shares, debt equity ratio test எல்லாம் யூஸ் பண்ண சொல்றாங்க. Okay, so various things they ask you to use. Let us apply. What is the first one? Based on maximum number of shares. எவ்வளோ shares இருக்கு? 3 lakh shares into 25%. How much? 75,000 shares you can buy. Resources test. Resources test. Debt to equity cannot exceed. Resources test வந்து paid up capital plus reserves. Paid up capital plus which one? Free reserves. Into எவ்வளோ % buyback பண்ணலாம்? Then third you go for debt to equity test. After buyback cannot exceed what? 2:1. Try பண்ணுங்க பாக்க. Let 30 lakhs plus free reserves. 3 reserves. இதெல்லாம் எடுத்துப்பீங்க. 36 lakhs. This 49 lakh. Okay, 32 lakh and other than devaluation reserves. எவ்வளவு இருக்கும்? Can be taken. It's a free reserve for buyback. So எவ்வளவு வரும்?
42 lakh 80.
42 lakh
80.
this into 25%. எவ்வளவு வருதுங்க?
18 lakh 20.
18 lakh
22.
with rupees 18 lakh 20,000 divided by 30 na எவ்வளவு ஷேர் பர்ச்சேஸ் பண்ணலாம்?
60,000.
How much?
60,667.
Debt to equity ratio cannot exceed 2:1. Debt means borrowed funds. Borrowed funds எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? Debt எவ்வளவு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? 42 lakhs. After buyback, how much equity you have to maintain? 21 lakhs you have to maintain. So before buyback, equity shareholders funds எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? Before buyback, equity shareholders funds எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? How much?
13 lakh.
Equity shareholders funds, not equity share capital. Equity shareholders funds. Capital plus free reserves. 72 lakh 80,000. After buyback, equity shareholders funds எவ்வளவு இருக்கணும்? Minimum 21 lakhs இருக்கும். அப்போ surplus எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? So எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? 51 lakh 80 இருக்கும். 51 lakh 80,000 divided by ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? 30 plus 10. ஏன் 30 plus 10? For every one share purchased, we have to create a CRR of what? 10. So this divided by 40. So we cannot buy this much. Maximum எவ்வளவு shares? Maximum buyback is only this much. Shall we go to the next question? Which question? It's an RTP question. We are given land and building, plant and machinery, non-current investment. Doesn't matter. The company announced how much? 15,000 equity shares of 15 each. For that purpose, it sold investment for 2.5 lakhs. They achieved the target of buyback. They issued one fully paid up shares. May 2013 in the way of one bought every 8 shares held கொடுத்திருக்கா. Just pass which one? Journal entries. But you have to apply the conditions or just pass journal entry. Pass journal entry. Try பண்ணுங்க பார்க்கலாம். For buyback first, next bonus issue. நீங்க தான் ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க. No need to check any condition.
Hi sir, good morning sir.
Morning. How many shares we are going to buy back in that question? What is the entry you will pass? Equity share capital account data. அப்புறம் securities premium account data to equity share buyback account. Or you can put equity shareholders account also. 15,000 shares of how much? 10 each. 50 here. இல்ல face value 10 1,50,000. Are we going to buy at premium of 15 or amount paid is 15?
Amount paid is
15,000 into 15. How much you will pay? 2,25,000. Excess amount at securities premium will adjust பண்ணிக்கலாம். Then investments are sold. Bank account data are to which account? Investment ஓட வேல்யூ எவ்வளவு இருக்கு பாருங்க. Bank account data எவ்வளவு இருக்கு? So the balancing for will be transferred to which account? Then equity share buyback account data to bank account. அடுத்தது we are issuing bonus shares. Bonus issue, totally how many shares were there before buyback? Before buyback 1 lakh equity shares of 10 each இருந்துச்சு இல்லையா? In that 1 lakh equity shares we purchased how much? 15,000 shares na 85,000 shares will be there. So bonus issue will be 85,000 into 1 for every 8 shares. அப்போ எவ்வளவு shares issue பண்ணும்?
10,600.
What is the entry you will pass for bonus issue? Reserves account data. அதுக்கு இதுக்கு ஒரு CRR create பண்ணுமே அதுக்கு முன்னாடி. For the face value of shares bought back, you should transfer to which one? For the face value of shares bought back, you should transfer to CRR. What is the face value of shares bought back? 1,50,000. You should transfer to CRR. What is the entry you will pass? Which reserve can be used for CRR? General reserve sufficient balance இருக்கு. General reserve account data to which account? CRR account. How much you will create? The face value of shares bought back. Then we have to give 1,10,625 shares. We can take from CRR itself. CRR account data 10,625 shares into 10 rupees. The money is sufficiently available from CRR, so let us utilize. To bonus for equity shareholders. Then bonus for equity shareholders account data to equity share capital. Any doubt in bonus issue? Share capital is transferred, we sold the investment, we bought back the shares. Face value of shares bought back transferred to which account? CRR account. Bonus issue 10,625 shares we have to create. That into 10 from CRR, let us take bonus for equity shareholders. Bonus for equity shareholders to what? Equity share capital. Go to the next first. Shall we? Next question, pa. Purpose Limited resolves to buy back how much? 4 lakh equity shares of 10 each at 22. The buyback is compliance with the Companies Act, does not exceed 25%. For this purpose, it issues 1 lakh preference shares of 10 each at par. Entire amount is paid along with application. The company uses 16 lakhs of its securities premium account from an adequate balance in general reserve to fulfill the legal requirement. Give necessary journal entries. Simple. We are not selling investment. We are making a fresh issue. What is the entry will pass? How many shares are bought back? 4 lakhs into 10. 40 lakhs for. Then we are buying at 22. So 4 lakhs into 22. What is 4 lakhs into 22? Difference. I hope securities premium only how much is available? 16 lakhs on securities premium available. Balance insufficient amount we can adjust with which account? For the balance. We are paying 88 lakhs. Adjust to the extent of 16 lakhs in securities premium. Okay. Balance 32 lakhs we adjust with general reserve. We make a fresh issue. Bank account data. How many preference shares are issued? 1 lakh preference shares of 10 each at par, not 10 lakhs. We pay the money. How much we have to pay? How much you have to create CRR? What is the face value purchased? 40 lakhs minus face value of fresh issue. Therefore, CRR required will be 30 lakhs. So, அதை என்ன பார்த்த உடனே 4 கம்ப்ளைண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன்னு இரிய வரேன் கிளாஸ் முடிச்சுட்டு Shall we? Or another. Next question. September 24 exam question paper. Calculate maximum number of shares that can be bought back. The buyback is duly authorized by its article in கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Go through this question page. Try பண்ணுங்க பாப்போம். நீங்க தான் ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க. 60,000 shares into 25% எவ்வளோ பர்ச்சேஸ் பண்ணலாம்? 15,000 shares நீங்க பர்ச்சேஸ் பண்ணலாம். செகண்ட், paid up capital plus free reserves. Paid up capital plus into எவ்வளோ percentage? What is the paid up capital? Is 66 lakhs. Plus free reserves என்னென்ன இருக்கு? General reserve plus என்ன இருக்கு? Securities premium ஒரு 3 lakhs இருக்கு, அப்புறம் 2 lakhs. Okay, 2 lakhs இருக்கு. Then P&L 1 lakh. This into எவ்வளோ percentage? Why not other reserves?
Not a free result.
Revaluation reserve is not a free reserve. Investment allowance is a statutory reserve. Infrastructure development reserve also is not a free reserve. This into 25% போட எவ்வளோ purchase பண்ணலாம்?
3,60,000.
3 lakh
60,000.
divided by ஒரு ஷேரோட price எவ்வளோ?
30.
13 எவ்வளோ ஷேர் purchase பண்ணலாம்?
12,000.
நெக்ஸ்ட் என்ன பார்த்து கொடுத்துருக்கோம்? Debt to equity cannot exceed 2:1. Debt 2 is equal to என்னென்ன இருக்கு? debt
2,000.
2,000. equity எவ்வளோ இருக்கணும்? 1,000 மெயின்டைன் பண்ணணும். பிஃபோர் பைபேக் எவ்வளோ இருக்கு பாருங்க. பிஃபோர் பைபேக் என்ன இருக்கு?
1,440.
14. ஆஃப்டர் பைபேக் நீங்க எல்லாம் மெயின்டைன் பண்ணும் 1,000. சர்ப்ளஸ் எவ்வளோ இருக்கு? ஸோ நம்பர் ஆஃப் ஷேர்ஸ் வில் பி 4,40,000 divided by 30 plus 10. 30 for buying back, 10 for CRR. So 4,40,000 divided by 30 plus 10. So the company can buy journal entry கேட்கல. They ask you how many shares that can be bought back. Maximum permissible shares that can be bought back. The 7 marks வந்து ரொம்ப easy question. So apart from regular class question, இது வந்து add on for both cash flow statement as well as which one? Buyback. Okay. So tomorrow which chapter we are going to do? Elaborate பண்ணலாம். Which one? Amalgamation. We'll do elaborate. கொஞ்சம் எனக்கு revise பண்ணிட்டு வாங்க. So that will be good.